Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bolt Hole Biker. This weekend I had the pleasure, the absolute joy of going to the Adventure Bike Riders Festival in Ragley Hall in Warwickshire. What an event, what an event. It's probably the best motorbike event I've ever been to. It was, what made it so good was that it was all about the riding. It's brilliant going to shows. I love going to shows, but when you go to a show, you ride your bike down or drive your car or however you get there, you park up, then you're sort of in the show and looking at bikes and discussing bikes and whatever. That's great, but this was different to that. This was, you were there in your gear with your bike or manufacturers' bikes, of which there were plenty that they were lending out for you to go off-road with, on-road with, on guided routes with, and it was all about the riding. All the major manufacturers were there with bikes that you could use. That's the important thing for me, is it was all about the riding. It was all about being there, riding. And it was a bit like the Wild West, to be perfectly honest with you. There were a constant stream of bikes constantly going through the village part, as they called it. There was a 20 kilometre off-road course that they'd set out. There was an easy part to the route, there was a difficult part to the route, but once you'd been and signed a disclaimer saying, you know, yep, my responsibility, they put a little orange sticker on your helmet, you could go on that route all day long if you wanted to, whenever you wanted to. You could just pitch up on the route. Fantastic. And all sorts of bikes on the route as well. I saw someone on it with a Ninja. My brother came on it with his Duke 790. Don't think he enjoyed it very much, but he did. I took the new Ducati on it, so it's had its first off-road baptism of fire. I was slightly nervous, but it performed really well. It was absolutely fantastic. And that's on road tyres, so when it got to wet mud it didn't like it too much, but everything else, it was absolutely fantastic. Loads of different bikes there. There were vintage bikes there, bikes with sidecars that had clearly been around the world more than once. Masses of GS's, loads of Himalayans, interestingly, loads of Africa Twins, Teneres, lots of multi-stradas. It was just, and plenty of people on enduro bikes, and everybody just sharing that same track, all skill levels. I'll tell you what, one of the things that kind of occurred to me about the weekend that I really, really loved is it felt like the health and safety police kind of didn't get the memo that it was happening. So it was just a really earthy, grassroots, fun weekend that if you wanted to go off and hurt yourself, you could. No one was going to stop you. So long as you sign your waiver, off you go, rock on. And it was brilliant. I mean, and there were people that hurt themselves. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but, you know, there were loads of people. The track was quite wet in parts, and a lot of people were coming off. There were a couple of broken bones. But why shouldn't you be able to do that? Why shouldn't you be able to do that? It was an adventure bike riders weekend. And that's what they were doing. Tents with speakers in, going on all day, really good speakers. Missenden Flyer was there, Steph Jevons, sidecar guys, Nathan Millward, the girl on a bike, Vanessa Ruck, Charlie Borman, how could I forget him? Mick Extance was there, Simon and Lisa Thomas. All the major manufacturers were there showing their adventure style bikes. Big presence, interestingly, from Harley Davidson, who are clearly paying a lot of money to try and muscle into that adventure bike market. So you could take out the Pan America, they had it there. I have to say, it's the first time I've seen it in the flesh, and I haven't been mad on the pictures of it, but it's a nice looking bike in the flesh, and it looks really, really capable as well. So, but they sponsored a tent there. They had a fire pit tent, which was really nice at night. Entertainment was brilliant. They had great bands on. Bar was reasonably priced, and the queues weren't that bad. They were long, but they went down quite quickly. all different sorts of food stalls which were decent. Just a great weekend. It was like an absolute sea of tents. There were about 6,000 people there, and basically everyone was camping. They were either in a tent, in a motorhome, or they had some teepees there that they'd set out. Really good weekend, really good weekend. They are putting it on next year because I've received an email today saying book for next year, and if you get the chance, I can highly recommend it. Anyway, I'll stop waxing lyrical about it. I think you can gather that I enjoyed it. So the rest of this video is going to be just a montage of bits of video and images that I took from the festival to give you a feel of what it was like, and there might be a little bit in it of me doing my off-road riding on my brand new Ducati 950S. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it gives you a feel of what the weekend was like. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in the next video. Bye.
Here we go. Ticket holders only. That's me. Okay, cheers. How you doing? That's a little less. Right, let's go. Can't come to the Adventure Bike Riders Festival and not do a bit of off-road. I've gone into enduro mode and we are hitting the trail. Yeah, baby! I should have been in front. I'm getting covered in this bloody dust. Right. Come on then. Let's give this Ducati a little bit of a baptism of fire. Cheers. Not because I don't want to do a harder route, but I don't want to drop the bike. Whee! Yeah, baby. Yeah. Hey, I don't know, where are you? Oh, suspension's excellent, I have to say. Whoop. Getting the back a bit squirrely there, a bit squirrely. Why not? There we go. Front went a bit then. Woo! Oh shit. Not on the best tyres for this terrain. The tyres, I don't want to go too extreme on it full stop. Because as I said at the start, I don't want to drop it. Happy through there. Now that's the bike I want to be on, my dirt bike. There's been an accident, so we've had to stop. I'm going to turn this off. We had to bail on that route. Somebody had an accident up ahead. So they've closed the route until it's cleared. I enjoyed that little bit of off-road. The bike stayed upright, so I'm happy. And I wasn't going to try and push it, so there we go. And I'm hoping these blokes in front know where they're going, because I don't know where I'm going. I lied. I'm back off-road again. Right, here we go. That's better. That's better. Get down there. Touring mode now. Whoop. Right.
Share your stories with people, or like Tom Hanks using riding across America, and I had very much the kind of Western way of thinking.